Hello adventurers, welcome to another adventurers video. It's a Friday and here is a video for you to enjoy at home while we can't meet together at Barnes Road. We're going to start with an adventurers classic game that we haven't yet done on the video. It involves these cups, you might remember them from adventurers, classic IKEA cups, and it involves building towers from them. We call it cup stacking. I have here a surface that we're going to play on. It's going to be me versus Rossi. So you can choose your team, who you want to win. The way it works is, if you have these cups at home, you could play. Don't recommend playing with glass cups, just plastic. You have, did we say 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
It's not long.
To stack them. The way you stack them is one that way, one the other way, one that way, one the other way.
Doesn't matter which way around you start, Anna.
We should start the same way, yeah?
Okay, all right.
Let's start that way.
Okay. Upside down first.
And the number of cups in your tower, it only counts when we say 0. So if they fall on 1, keep building, see if you can get any together for 0. If they've completely gone
You're
on
out.
0, you don't get any.
0, your final score. Bad times. Come on, Rossi. Come on.
Okay, so we're going to count down from 10. You can count, you can shout for who you want to win, or you can play along at home if you want to go and grab some cups. Are we ready? On your marks, get set, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
0! What happened there? I need a photo finish.
I'm pretty sure that on 0, mine was still standing just.
Mine was just on its way over, surely. Oh, maybe they could check the video. They could just take it back and see.
We're going to VAR.
VAR.
To you.
What happened?
You'll have to tell us.
Oh.
We'll find out at the end of the video when we can watch it back.
I really hope I won.
Well, guys, if you have plastic cups at home, it's a fun game to play. Counting down from 10 and see how many cups you can stack. Great. Well, in last week's video, we looked at a big claim that Jesus makes. Jesus says, I am the way, do you remember, the truth, the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. That was Jesus's claim. But if God is 100% good and we're not, how is that possible? Well, the memory verse we're looking at today is going to help us. Here it is. We learnt this one a few terms ago. It says, for Christ died for sins once for all, the good man for sinners, to bring you to God. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18. The way we remember this is we hit our knees and then clapped like a normal beat. Oh, I've got a cough. Sorry, everyone.
Clear your throat. That's okay.
And we said it like this. For Christ died for sins, once for all, a good man for sinners, to bring you to God. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18. I wonder if you can hear the claps at home. Sometimes it doesn't pick up claps very well. Rossi's going to add a beat to help us. Do you want to have a go at saying that along with me? I'll clap on the table, maybe that'll be louder.
They can try and clap on the home as well, see if it will help.
Yeah, they should. That's how we learn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. For Christ died for sinners, once for all. A good man for...
Oh, you need to practice again.
I did it wrong, everyone.
It's all right, that's good. We all make mistakes.
Start again.
We all make mistakes.
For Christ died for sins, first of all. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. For Christ died for sins, once for all. A good man for sinners, to bring you to God. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 18. Very good.
Well,
we'll have another run through at the end. Hopefully you'll get it better than me. But that's our verse that we did. It's all about the cross. And it's all about an amazing swap that happened when Jesus died on the cross. Here, where it says Christ, that is another name for Jesus. So I'm going to stick this up on our cone of shame. Because Jesus was the only human being ever to be 100% good. I'm going to give him a big green tick. Can you see here it talks about the good man? The only human being that was 100% good in all of history was Jesus. And Jesus was in a perfect relationship with God as well. There was nothing separating him between him and God. But let's think about all other humans. So that includes me, and that includes Rossi, that includes you at home. All other humans, we aren't 100% good. In fact, the verse talks about sinners and talks about sins. And actually, that's what's happening in our hearts. The way we turn away from God. We don't want to listen to God. We want to ignore him. We want to be in charge. The Bible refers to that as sin and how we are sinners. And that means actually we deserve God's anger. We deserve punishment. It means that we're separated from God. We're not friends with him as it stands. But that's why this verse is such good news, because do you see the swap? It says, for Christ died for sins once for all, the good man for sinners. So what Jesus did when he died on the cross, let me take that off for a second and put Jesus here on the cross. When Jesus died on the cross, he was taking our sins. He was being punished for the way we had disobeyed God, the way we had turned away. The good man was dying for sins. But you see why he did that? The good man for sinners, to bring you to God. So the swap goes like this. If we're trusting in Jesus, if we ask Jesus to forgive us, it means Jesus has taken our sin and we're swapped. So God sees us like Jesus. We've been forgiven. We've been washed clean. And that means, to bring you to God, that means that we can be friends with God. We can be forgiven. We can be in that perfect relationship with God again, like Jesus. So the swap is the good man Jesus dying for sinners like us. That's why Christianity is such great news, because it's not about us trying our hardest to be as good as we can. It's about realizing that we're not good, we've messed up, and we need forgiving. But Jesus has died so that we can be forgiven. Christ died for sins. Shall we say it together with our beat? Are you ready? For Christ died for sins once for all, the good man for sinners, to bring you to God. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 18. There we go. I wasn't able to do the clap very well. Sorry if it made it a bit too wobbly. Well, next week we will be looking at another memory verse. The thing about videos is if you have questions, you can't ask me, can you? But if we were in adventurers right now, we'd have lots of questions, I'm sure. So store up some questions if you have them up. Talk to your parents or talk to someone you know, or once we're back together, you can talk to one of your adventurer leaders as well. I have a craft to show you. This is a stress ball. I'm going to put a link to a video underneath this video that tells you how to make them. In the video, it suggests you use flour. I didn't have enough flour, and it may be that your mums and dads don't have enough flour, so I use sugar. Sugar is quite cool because it means it can kind of stay where you put it. It's more moldable. Flour, I think, would be slightly better as a stress ball because you could really grip it and push. But all you need is a balloon and either flour or sugar, and then a pen to draw a face on to make a stress ball, which I thought you might enjoy during this time of lockdown.
Are they meant to do a self-portrait like you did?
Whee.
Whee!
So that's a craft you can enjoy. I'll put the link underneath. Well, adventurers, hope you have a lovely weekend. We hope you're all well. We miss you and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Bye!
Bye.